welcome to another video. Today we are coming at you from my severely neglected garden. If your garden is also looking a little rough by this point in the season, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up in solidarity. I would appreciate that so I know I'm not alone. So with the end of the growing season, it comes more fallish weather. I think everyone is getting into the more fallish mood now. I know a lot of people are starting to decorate their houses with pumpkins and gourds. So I thought now would be a good time to talk about the funnest thing that I grew in my garden this year. It's something that a lot of people don't talk about. I think a lot of people don't even know that it exists. And so I wanted to share it with you today, and that is the plants that are right in front of me. Ignore these are okras, but everything else is pumpkin on a stick. So pumpkin on a stick, it's actually a type of eggplant, but it is so cute because it grows these tiny little fruits that look just like teensy tiny pumpkins. And I just love them. I grew them a couple of years ago and I just absolutely fell in love. And so last year when I came across some more seeds in the store, I knew I had to grow them again. On the package, they do recommend that you start pumpkin on a stick 6 weeks prior to your last frost. For the life of me, I cannot remember when I started mine. Our last frost day is Mother's Day, and I do believe I started them a little bit prior to that. And it is now the end of September, and we've been harvesting from them the last couple of weeks. So next year, I'll probably start my seeds a little bit closer to our last frost date rather than before, just to try to get the timing a little bit right. My plants are still producing at this time. There are some flowers still being produced, and we do still have some green fruit that hasn't ripened yet. So the timing wasn't terrible, but I think it would be better if they were ripened a little bit later. So this plant definitely needs some time before you're able to harvest it. So unfortunately, I don't think it's something that you can start now in hopes of having a harvest by the time Halloween or Thanksgiving comes around this year. However, you could definitely add it to your list for next year. I highly recommend it. Obviously, I'm not a dedicated gardener. You can tell by the state of my garden right now. But this plant for me was definitely a set it and forget it. We started it indoors. We brought it outside well after the last frost date. And other than just weeding and regular watering and feeding with compost, we didn't do anything special. It gets full sun in this spot, and other than that, it just did everything on its own. We literally didn't do anything. So they do recommend that you stake your pumpkins on a stick. I did not do that. I just let them grow wild, and they do flop over. But if you did stake them, as you can see, they end up being about 3 to 4 feet tall. And I think they would look a little bit nicer in your garden. A little less messy looking if you did stake them, but it doesn't seem to affect them that they weren't staked. And if you look at all the leaves, pretty much all the leaves have a pretty extensive pest damage, especially this guy here. However, we never sprayed them with anything. We try not to use any type of pesticides in our garden. We do have neem oil, but I never even used it. So I'm not sure what bugs are eating them, but they're able to survive even without being treated with anything. This plant is really fun for kids. However, I will warn you that there are thorns all over the plant, especially this woody area here towards the bottom. But even on the stems of the fruit itself, there will be little thorns. So you just want to use some snips and cut those off before your kids play with them. And I've heard that is a eggplant trait. I don't grow eggplants, so I don't know. So I've always seen pumpkin on a stick classified as an ornamental. I have no idea if you can eat them or not. I'm not an eggplant person, so I've never thought to look it up. But there's a couple different ways you can use them as far as decorating. I prefer just to cut them off at the stem and just set them as like a centerpiece or put them on my porch among all my other pumpkins and gourds. But I've also seen where people will cut off the whole stem, like the whole stick, and then they'll strip off the leaves and they'll make it into a bouquet of just the sticks and the pumpkins, and that can look really cool too. So you got a couple of options of what you can do there, but you can get creative. The nice thing about them is they do come in different sizes. Some of them are teensy tiny and some of them are actually pretty big. So yeah, that is pumpkin on a stick, guys. 10 out of 10 do recommend. I think they're absolutely adorable. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to see more videos in the future, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.